Will somebody guess what am I going to film for you today? Any ideas? Yes, my dear friends, I've just paid for my ticket for subway, Moscow subway. So mysterious and full of legends and secrets. And the best bomb shelter in the world. So I'm coming in the station Victory Park, and here is the longest escalator in Moscow. It's almost 130 meters. Hi guys, my name is Marina, and truth be told, subway is my beloved kind of transport in Moscow, because I know every time the exact time of reaching the point of destinations, because the subway trains run every 2-3 minutes, and it's the most comfortable type of moving. And you'll see Moscow subway is very clean and so beautiful and very, very safe. Russian folk music in Moscow subway. You see, guys, next train will come after 1.5 minutes. It's way better than to waste your time in traffic jams outside. Terrible traffic jams sometimes. And I told you, our stations are very, very clean. It's to my liking. Guys, one of my favorite historical subway station located in the very center of Moscow is Revolution Square. There are 76 bronze statues, and you see, you can make different wishes here. For example, if you rub this wonderful dog, so you're gonna pass all the exams. You see? And of course, this station is about history of Great October Socialist Revolution, and those statues are statues of farmers and workers and soldiers who took part in revolution. And if you have a date today, for example, just for a successful date, you have to rub the shoes of this young lady. I think she's a student, Soviet student. Nice station. What do you think? And the Red Square and world famous Kremlin is right above us. Let's go further. Have you ever seen such a wonderful subway cars somewhere in the world? Colorful, bright, and so joyful. How old is Moscow subway? This year it's gonna be only 88 years old. It's too young. And you can count by yourself the year of birth. Okay? Write down in comments. After the Second World War, the era of nuclear weapons began, if you remember. And the USSR authorities decided to build deep lane stations, which can be an excellent bomb shelter for a great deal of people in case of emergency or bomb attacks. And here is one of the stations, Kropotskaya. Also very, very beautiful. And this is one of the longest stations, you see. I stand just in the middle. And from my left side and right side, long, long way. People say that strategic stocks of canned food and medicine and weapons are hidden somewhere there in the tunnels. Nobody knows what's there. But I hope it's gonna be peace and friendship and finally awareness. A new train is coming! And nowadays, a lot of subway cars are decorated in different styles. Everything is about Russia, Russian signs and Russian districts and areas, Russian writers and Russian achievements. Just have a look at that. And Dmitry Kropotskaya, Russian well-known singer. Guys, and are there free Wi-Fi in a subway in your country? It's everywhere in Moscow. The name of the station is Kievska, guys, and we have 3 stations in Moscow with this name, Kievska, and it's also very beautiful. All the stations are masterpieces, I told you before. And it's about friendship between Russian and Ukrainian people. Former friendship, of course, now. You see, it's really, really amazing. Oh, Ukrainians, I remember you like this. You may be sure we're not going to rename these stations, but nobody could dream even in nightmares this today's awful situation. And this is the second Kievska station. It's even much more beautiful than the first one. Wow, just have a look. I admire these mosaics every time I'm here. Guys, I want to show you the map of Moscow subway. Looks terrific, yes? The length of it is more than 400 kilometers. Can you imagine? And can you count the quantity of stations? 250. And I'd like to notice that 48 subway Moscow stations are real masterpieces. 48. And they are even included in UNESCO World Heritage List. Impressive. And can you guess what is it, my dear viewers? Yes, this is charger for your mobile. Every seat has a charger, and every subway car has a charger. Nice? Of course, you have to be with your own wire, but I don't think it's a problem. You see, it's really everywhere. In my opinion, one of the most impressive stations of Moscow subway is Komsomolskaya Station. It really looks like a palace of kings and queens, and I would live here. It's true. But as well, Komsomolskaya is the busiest and the noisiest station. And do you know why? 3 magnificent Moscow railway stations are located on Komsomolskaya Square, just right above us. There are 9 railway stations in Moscow in total. Maybe you know. And this is one of the oldest stations. And just imagine how difficult it was for builders in 40s last century to build a metro station here and not damage the luxurious buildings of the 3 railway stations. Oh, it's amazing how to do it right, like this. Every station has its own special machines where you can buy a ticket. So if you buy 1 ticket, the price is 62 rubles. But I have a special card, Troika by name. So, and for me, 1 ticket costs only 50 rubles. 50 rubles, guys, is only 70 cents for today's rate of exchange. And you pay 50 rubles and you can ride metro, you can take subway the whole day. Really, for the whole day. And all the stations without going outside. If you go outside, you have to pay again 50 rubles or 62 rubles if you buy only for 1 trip. Now it's clear for you, I think, why 8 million people take a subway in Moscow. It's very good kind of transport, comfortable and cheap. Wow, Novoslobodskaya Station. My dear friends, I think now it's clear for you why Moscow guides offer many excursions in a subway, because each station is wonderful and outstanding. If I remember rightly, first the designers wanted to create these mosaic glass windows out of uranium glass. It was in the middle of previous century. But the Communist Party banned the use of uranium. Because what? Yes, it was their country's strategic reserves. As a result, the Mosaic was created in Riga, the capital of Soviet Latvia. Not Soviet, of course, of Latvia. It's made from glass, and it's still a secret what kind of patterns became the prototype of these drawings. Because something Catholic with something communist, I don't know. And a woman with a child on the central panel, a mother woman, a Soviet worker maybe she was. Truly speaking, for me she looks like Madonna with child sometimes. And what do you think? Wow, at last, a big map of Moscow subway. 14 lines connecting with each other and 2 circles. It's gonna be 3 circles, maybe. And we're here, Komsomolskaya, and I leave the same red line, but down here, Kommunarka. It takes me about 50 minutes to go from there to the last station, the point of my destination. And this is Kropotskaya Station. It has the best acoustics in the world. And that's why once a year there is a special night concert with symphony orchestra and with opera singers. Would you like to visit such a great event, my dear friends? Oh, and this train is about Siberia, my native land. And do you remember my video about New Year's Eve in Moscow? Here is the link. So, I showed you the main Orthodox cathedral. Just a moment, guys. Finally. And this Orthodox cathedral is the main cathedral of Moscow and Russia, the Cathedral of Christ the Savior, and it's located right above us. On the way home, I passed the amazing, extraordinary Vorobyovy Gory station. This is the first station in the world located above the river, on the bridge. This is Moscow River, my dear viewers, and I see a stadium, Luzhniki. So it connects the northern and the southern banks of the Moscow River. And what else? This is the longest station in Moscow. Its length is 284 meters. Oh my God. It will take me approximately 5 minutes to go from the beginning to the end of Vorobyovy Gory station. But it's really fashionable and modern, not historical, but very, very stunning and beautiful. Splendid view. The opposite side of the station, Vorobyovy Gory, is also so attractive. And this is how new stations look. Salaryevo station was opened about 10 years ago, and I think it's wonderful. And now it's time of traffic jams, even in subway. But a few days ago, I had a very bad experience. I couldn't even come in metro. I will show you now. Sometimes it happens like this. It's impossible even to enter a metro station. A terrible traffic jam. Thanks God, I don't have it every day. That's why it's an unusual situation for me. Yeah, sometimes there are too much people. So underground is a very popular kind of transport in Moscow, and it covers Moscow and its suburb. Of course, it's fast and convenient, but at the time of traffic jams, it's impossible to use. And do you know how many stations will be opened this year, 2023? 14th. Dear European and American politicians, all Russians wait for the 10th package of sanctions. And maybe next year it will be opened 20 or 30 new subway stations. Thank you so much for your help. my dear viewers, having ridden for 55 minutes, finally I reached my native station, Kommunarka. Have a look, it's red, red. If you like my video about Moscow subway, write down in comments, because it was just a small part of the whole history, and I know a lot of interesting information about subway. Here is my link about how Russians spend their free time.